Good morning, everyone. Myself, Ashu Sharma, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Arya Institute of Engineering Technology and Management. Today, we will see unit number 4 from digital image processing, and our topic is for discussion is image compression, having that predictive coding. So here we have some concept that predictive coding is basically of two types: is lossless and lossy predictive coding. So here we have that some points like based on eliminating the interpixel redundancies of closely spaced pixels by extracting and coding only the new information in each pixel. So interpixel redundancy, basically that's a collaboration between the pixels, and we can say we have to eliminate that type of redundancy of closely spaced pixels by extracting and coding only the new information in each pixel. New information, the difference between the actual and predicted value of that pixel. So as per this block diagram, we can see that we have this input image, then it passes through that values, passes through that predictor, then we have to take that nearest integer value of that, which is in the form of f cap n. And here we have fn, which is the original. Then the actual and the predicted value of that pixel is passing through this summation unit, and then we have a difference that takes place fn minus this is fn minus fn cap. So that is the error factor which is passing through the symbol encoder, and finally we have to perform that arithmetic coding, and this is that we have the compressed image over here. So this is that happen when we talk about the predictive coding and sense of that lossless predictive coding. Now see, here in this figure we can see this is the reverse of that. Figure shows basic component of lossless predictive coding system. So again we start with this is the compressed image, and then symbol decoder is there, and en, which is the error factor, is there, and this is the predictive value, which is fn cap. And when we take that summation of that, it brings over here and decompress the image. So fn will be evaluated once we sum up this error factor with this predictive value. So it consists of an encoder and decoder. When we talk about the lossless predictive coding system, it consists of an encoder and decoder, each containing an identical predictor. As each successive pixels of input image f of n is introduced to the encoder, and predictor generates its anticipated value. So output of the predictor is that rounded to the nearest integer f of n bar, and is used to form the difference or the prediction error. So as we saw, this is in this E of n is equals to fn minus f bar n. So this is that we have this expression from that given figure. This one, this is that unit we pass through this fn and fn bar. So it is nothing but it's a E of n. En is equals to fn minus fn bar. So this sort of expression is generated through that. Now there's some points about this, that it is coded using a variable length to generate the next element of the compressed data stream. The decoder reconstruct fn and from the received variable length code words and perform the inverse operation. Fn is equals to en plus fn bar. Fn bar is generated by prediction formed by a linear combination of that previous pixel. So if we see this expression comes from here, that we have both plus plus symbol over this unit. So en plus fn bar is equals to fn. So this expression is generated through this mechanism, and fn bar is generated by prediction that is formed by a linear combination of m previous pixels. Now fn bar, how to compute that, which is we have to use the round off function. That summation takes place from I is equals to 1 to m, and it is alpha I f, and within the bracket is n minus I, where m is the order of the linear predictor, and the round function used to denote the rounding sort of stuffs, and alpha I, where I is from 1, 2, 3 up to that m, which is the prediction coefficient. So this is that concept when we talk about the lossless predictive coding. Now here, this is the diagram which is dedicated to the lossy predictive coding. Here we have input image, and we have f of n, which is fn, and here is the summation unit. This is the predictive value which is coming through here, fn cap. So through this unit which is going to be passed. So fn cap is here, and then there is a negation takes that is the subtraction takes place, fn minus fn bar, which is equate towards en. And then there is a quantizer in lossless predictive coding. We didn't use this quantizer type of thing, but here we have quantizer to quantize the value, and again this factor becomes en bar, so it passes through the symbol encoder, and finally we have a compressed image. So in order to decompress the image, we have to reverse this diagram again. So rather than putting firstly we put compressed image, and rather than putting symbol encoder we put symbol decoder over here. Then en cap comes, and this fn bar, which is again from the predictor, and finally passes through, and we take the subtraction unit over here, so it will be en bar minus fn bar, and it becomes that fn bar, so fn, and it decompress the image. So this is nothing but it's just the opposite way that we are going to decompress image that we initially we have taken when we talk about the lossy predictive coding. So this is that we have. Now lossy predictive coding, in this method we add a quantizer, which is add on that implementation when we compare with the lossless predictive coding. To lossless predictive coding model, it replaces the nearest integer function and is placed between the simple encoder and point where the prediction error forms. So if we see that what is the position of the quantizer, this is in between the symbol encoder and the error. So this is that position, midway position between that symbol encoder and this error factor, which is come out to be here. And it replaces the nearest integer function and placed between the symbol encoder and points where the prediction error forms. So it maps the prediction error into a limited range of outputs that is denoted by E double dots N, which establish the amount of compression and distortion. So in order to accommodate the insertion of the quantization steps, the error-free encoder must be altered so that the prediction by the encoder and decoders are equivalent. So this is there, and in lossy predictive coding, this is accomplished by placing the predictor within a feedback loop. So here that predictor is here within the feedback loop. This is the feedback loop. It comes from here and then go there. So this is the feedback loop. Here we have the same sort of approach when we bring from input image to the compressed image and putting that encoding techniques over there, and some of these techniques, that variable encoding techniques over there, and decompressed again that concept. So here that is putting in the feedback loops, and this predictor is going to be putting in the feedback loop, and this becomes fn dot e equals to en dot plus fn bar. If we see that there are two positives, so that en dot plus fn dot, so that is comes from here, and it passes through this predictor. So here we have this closed loop configuration prevents error built up at the decoder's output. So when we talk about the decoder's output, it definitely try to just eliminate the factor which is coming from there, and this closed loop configuration prevents error built up at decoder's output. So this is the way we perform this lossless and lossy predictive techniques while performing encoding techniques over there, and using that encoder and decoder, and then the predictor in somewhere around in lossy in the feedback loop. So this is very important techniques when we talk about the image compression nowadays, because of we have to deal with bulk of not structural data, and we have to bring such compressions into the account. So this is one of wonderful technique if we talk about that efforts towards that compression, and do we need to start with this predictive coding analysis. So thank you very much being with us for this session.